Well, I did it again. Got myself another car. Actually, I'm just kidding. This is my uncle's car. It's a 1993, I think, Grand Am GT. And it's a nice looking car, but we're going to strip it out for scrap, basically. He couldn't get a title for it, and he used it for parts on his car. So it has no engine or transmission. So it's basically just a shell that we can't get a title to. So I'm going to go ahead and strip it down. We'll take all the wiring out of it, all the aluminum rims, anything we can sell for a core. The rack we can sell for a core. Take the motors out, get a little bit extra for them. And rims are aluminum. Get some money for those. Basically just strip it down to nothing. He was going to haul these cars whole, and I worked out a deal with him where I would strip them down, separate out some of the precious metals and stuff we can get a little bit more for, and we'd split whatever we got off the cars. There's about 5 in total that I'm going to be taking apart and stripping down. So I'm probably going to strip them down pretty far, and we've got 5 cars and probably 6, 7, 8 engine blocks. So I think we're going to try to go for a load of heavy cast. So I'm going to save all the drums and stuff like that, the rotors, and I might even get ambitious and take the steering knuckles off because they're heavy too. But we might get a couple of bucks out of it, I figure. Nice car. It's just no title and no engine, so can't really do much with it. So apart it will come. It's got 124,000 miles. The engine from this one is actually in my uncle's car already, the one he drives. So basically I'm just going to strip her down and make some money. Well, alright, I've got most of the stuff out of the front end here. I'll get the power steering rack and the booster from the inside of the car. And I've also got most of the dash out and most of the wiring in here. There's a couple more pieces under the floor, and one you can see there that goes all the way back to the tail lights and to the fuel pump. And I'll get that one too. But the dash is out, and I got a little bit of a pile of wire and parts here that we can scrap out. I had the camera recording, but it shut off after a while and I didn't realize it, so we missed all of this, everything in the dash and a good part of what was under the hood. So I'll keep going with it and tear it off. I'll get all this crap on the interior out as far as the wiring goes, and see if I can yank that heater core out. And then I'll start working on underneath here. We'll get the wheels off and the brakes off, and I'm going to pull the gas tank out, get that out of the way. Aluminum license plate, I'll take that. And yeah, I'll pretty much be done with this today, I think. Not working too fast because it's Memorial Weekend, so take it easy. Well, I think I got her pretty well stripped down. I think the only thing left to do is the gas tank in the back there, and I'll pull the wheels off and pull the drums and crap out of the way, and then I'll just put the wheels back on with a couple of lug nuts loosely so I can drag this thing out of here. It'll roll a little better. And we've got a little bit of a pile going. I'm going to guess probably get, I don't know, probably get a ton for this when it's all said and done. It's sitting at probably less than a ton right now because obviously the engine and transmission are gone, plus whatever I pulled off. But I'm pretty sure we can find enough crap to stuff in it to make a whole ton. And last I checked, it was, I think, 160, but it was going to go down. So it's probably going to be about 150 a ton when we pull it in. So we'll call this a ton, call it 150 bucks. And I'm going to call my little pile here with the rims maybe 100 bucks. I don't know, it's just a wild guess, because it really comes down to how much I can get for the rims and how much wire this ends up being. I'll have to clean it up some and clean up the radiators and whatnot. Cores are worth a couple of bucks a piece, no big deal. The rotors and the cast stuff doesn't really amount to much. It's not much more expensive than just shred tin, but we're going to be stripping down 5 cars in total, plus we've got another half a dozen engines that are going to go with. So I'm thinking we can get a load of cast, and we'll haul it in separate. Get a little bit more for it anyway. So probably about 250 bucks. I'm going to say when it's all said and done for this car. And we'll see what it turns out. You know, you never know until you take it to the scales. But I'm going to go ahead and jack it up, and we'll yank that gas tank out of there and pull the wheels off, and then we'll let her down and drag her out. Well, I jacked up the back of the car, and I got some good news, I got some bad news. Good news is somebody already pulled the gas tank out of this thing, so that saves me a bunch of work. I don't have to deal with it. The bad news, on the other hand, though, is that this rim has one of those lug nuts you put on so nobody steals your rims. Why anyone would want to steal these, I don't know, but I don't have an extractor for that. Obviously I don't have the key, so I'll have to see if my uncle has one, and we can take that lug nut off. And if not, I'll have to find a way to get that rim off, because I definitely am not leaving the rim on. So good news and bad news. At least we're almost done.